How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Alex, and I've made a little bit of changes in the office here, kind of rearranged some things, try to work on lighting, background, all that good stuff. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at 5 different ways that you can earn passive income. And so with passive income, that just means money that you can earn once you get it set up, that you really don't have to do anything to keep that income coming in. So we're going to be looking at a couple different ways, from more safe methods to a little more riskier, and just some different options that exist. So let's jump right into this. Alright, the first thing, which I just had to grab a screenshot of because I could not find a view that didn't show all my bank account information. This is a high interest savings account. This one's actually through Capital One. I believe Citibank also does one that is actually at a 0.5% interest rate. Capital One's right now sitting at about 0.4. So high interest savings accounts I think are kind of a must for anyone. If you have a savings account, make sure it is a high interest one and that it's not paying you 0.001% interest or something crazy like that. Right now interest rates are pretty low, but you should be getting at least around that 0.5% payout annual yield. So yeah, right now not holding a lot in my savings account, but also it's not earning much in interest. So far this year, only $5. Last year was a little bit better, holding a little bit more in the account, and I think the rate was a little bit better as well. But high interest savings, I think, are number one, the best way to just make sure you're getting some of that passive income coming in with the money that's just sitting there. And the great thing about these, like with Capital One, it's connected to my checking account, so it's very easy to move the money back and forth if you need it. Alright, next up is cashback rewards, which I think are passive income. I consider that passive income because it's just making a change to the existing things that you're already doing to earn income back on the money that you're already spending. So if you're spending money, cash, debit card, or a credit card that's not paying cash back, switching to a cashback credit card, something that gives you 2% or maybe even more on certain purchases, is a great way to earn money back at the end of each month. And so this is just my normal spending on my main credit card. And each month, getting around that $30 in cash back, which, hey, that's enough to, eat out or whatever you want to use those funds for. I typically just use it to help lower the credit card bill, but that in essence helps cover your normal expenses. So the only caveat with this is it doesn't mean spend more to get more cash back. It just means take what you're already spending and make that change in the card to have one that gives you the best cash back possible. So now for this next one, we'll move into something that's a little more technical. Definitely not for everyone, but it's actually one of the main ones that I've been doing, and so I have to share it just to share with you guys what I'm doing with that. And that is cryptocurrency mining. And so this used to be a very, very technical process, but the good thing is now it's actually a lot more accessible to a lot of people. So nicehash.com is the service that I use, and in order to do cryptocurrency mining, you just have to have a graphics card in your computer that supports that. And so keeping this very brief, because we have 2 more things I want to get into, if you have a computer that you maybe play games on, things like that, you may actually already be able to do this with a computer you already have. You can just go to nicehash.com. Actually, I'll go there. You can go right on their homepage and you just click check your profits, and they can auto detect on your computer to see if you have equipment in your computer that can do cryptocurrency mining. And that's a great way, a free way to earn a couple dollars a month. I shouldn't say completely free. It does take power to power those things, but this has been a great method for me. Currently, getting around $600 to $700 a month in passive income. Now the caveat to that is I have purchased about $7,500 worth of hardware to do that. So several computers, several graphics cards that are set up to earn that. So there is some risk if you're going to invest into it, because obviously it's going to take time to pay off those investments before you start being profitable from it. But if you already have a gaming computer, maybe an easy way to bring in a couple extra dollars each month. So another site that you can, or service that is available, I kind of look at them as higher interest but higher risk opportunities. Services like BlockFi, which is the one on my screen here that I use, Coinbase, which is all cryptocurrency, also pays higher interest on certain cryptos. But BlockFi is one I've been using for about a year now, and I really like it because if you have Bitcoin or certain cryptocurrencies, you can actually transfer it to them, and they will pay you interest. If we look at Bitcoin right now, they're actually paying 4% annual interest on Bitcoin, which is pretty good. I mean, if you're holding Bitcoin, might as well earn some interest on it. So actually, I hold about half of my cryptocurrencies in BlockFi. Again, with cryptocurrencies, nothing is federally insured. So if you hold it in Robinhood, BlockFi, Coinbase, it is all risk of that platform being able to actually be good for their money. So BlockFi, I put about half it there, earn that interest on it. This is also where I put my mining, and any Bitcoin I make through mining, I put that in here. But the one thing I wanted to look at, which I think could be more accessible to everyone if they're looking for more passive income, and that is their stablecoin investment. Right now, they're paying 7.5% interest on stablecoins, which, to make it super simple, basically, if you sign up for BlockFi, which there's a link in the description, get yourself some free Bitcoin with that link. Helps me out too. But if you sign up for BlockFi and you deposit, say, $1,000 into it, they will deposit that money as a stable coin. So there's nothing technical you have to figure out to do that. It will just convert your United States dollar into, in this case, the Gemini USD, which is a 1-to-1 of the US dollar. Now at 7.5% interest, that's pretty decent, because this $1,500 that I hold in there at 7.5% will be about $112 for the year, or if we divide that out, about $9 a month earning in interest. So you can see how that can add up over time, especially if you hold higher amounts in these accounts. So that's a great method. Again, these are not FDIC insured. So once you leave the United States dollar, you lose that federal insurance. So investing your money in here is similar to investing it into BlockFi as a company. You're trusting them as a company to be good for your money and to keep it safe. So again, I'm not putting all my savings in here, every penny I own, but it is something I would consider to be an investment at a pretty good rate. So I would view this similar to how I would with like a stock or something like that. And then last up on the list, speaking of stocks, are dividends. So I use Robinhood for all my stocks and things like that. ETFs are something that I really enjoy. They're just an easy way to invest money. And this is actually the one I use for dividends. So this is the S&P 500 high dividend, low volatility ETF. So high dividends just means they're going to pay out profits to you on a regular basis, and the low volatility just means that these are stable stocks, at least for the most part. The last 5 years worth of data pulled up here on the screen, you can see, pretty consistently. It was, sometimes up, sometimes down, but pretty consistent growth over time until obviously COVID hit in 2020. That brought it down, but you can see it has recovered from that. So this would have actually been a great time to buy, and I did buy some during that time frame. But we can see down here, and you can see this on any stock in Robinhood. If you scroll down to the stats, you can see the yield, 30-day yield number. That number there is roughly going to be the percentage of dividends that they pay out. So if you had $1,000 in this invested into this ETF at the 4%, that would be $40 for the year, which they would pay out over the course of the year in dividends. Some places, some stocks like this one will pay each month. Some will pay 4 times a year. Some will only pay once a year. But that's paying out those dividends to you. So great way to make passive income while also investing. Dividends are kind of one of my favorites because you're investing into the stock market. So you're kind of getting 2 birds with 1 stone. for lack of a better phrase there. You're buying into the stock, and you're also getting paid out profits from those stocks. So without having to sell the stock. So it's that passive income. Some people like dividends because they like that, and I do. I like that gratification of getting that paid out on that. Other people would prefer to invest in a stock that's just for the long term. It's going to grow over time, because the thing is, if they're paying their profits out to you, well, those profits aren't being used to grow the stock itself, or even to grow the business itself. So that's getting into the dividend piece. So there you go. My 5 primary ways of making passive income: a high interest savings account, cashback rewards through your credit card, cryptocurrency mining, higher interest but higher risk, maybe not insured accounts through things like BlockFi and other investments, and then dividend investing. My hope is that by the end of this year, I should be probably around $6,000 in passive income through these methods. Disclaimer, a majority of that, probably about 90% of that, is going to be because of the cryptocurrency mining, which again is a higher risk piece on that, and requires the paying off of the hardware that went into that. But the advantage to that is being able to take maybe some of that money and moving it into other investments like this. And so that's kind of the way to look at it, is how much money can you take, if it's a couple $100s a month, if it's $10 a month, whatever it is, putting it into a method that will basically be able to produce some passive income from it, so that over time that number can build up, and it can be kind of a passive income that you're receiving that maybe is used at retirement. Once you retire, you then have enough to live off of, or just even now, some extra money to come in to help with bills and things like that. So there you go. There's my 5 methods. Like I've said, there are links in the descriptions for BlockFi, Robinhood, things like that. If you want to help support this channel, and if you haven't signed up for these services, you can get a free stock or some free Bitcoin through those links, and help me out as well. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you all in my next video. Have a great day.